Simplify n times s to the negative 4th times z to the 5th divided by n to the negative 3 times z to the 12th. So the first thing we want to do is get rid of all the negative exponent. So just reposition it. If the negative exponent happen to be on top, we want to move it down to the bottom. If it's on the bottom, move it back to the top. Each number, each variable has its own exponent. So here, 5 is for z, negative 4 is for s. So the exponent for n is to the first power. And on the bottom, the 12 is for z, and the negative 3 is for n. So start with the top, n to the first. It has positive exponent, so we don't move. S to the negative 4th, negative exponent, so let's move it to the bottom. Z to the 5th, positive exponent, so stay on top. And then on the bottom, n to the negative 3, it has negative exponent, it's on the bottom, so let's move it to the top to make it positive exponent. Z, it has positive exponent, we don't move it, so z to the 12th. After the negative exponents are gone, we can simplify it. If it's multiplication, we add the exponent. If it's division, we subtract the exponent. So for n, we have n to the first times n to the third. So add the exponent, so we have n to the fourth. And then we have z to the 5th, z to the 12th is a division. So we need to subtract the exponent. Take the larger exponent minus the small exponent. The remaining will be where the large exponent is at. So 12 is bigger than 5. So 12 minus 5 gives us 7. Z to the 12 is bigger, so the remaining will be on the bottom. So z to the 7th is on the bottom. And then we have s to the 4th. It's by itself, it's on the bottom, so it remains on the bottom. So that is our answer. X to the negative 3, y to the 2nd, z to the negative 4, over x to the negative 5, y to the negative 1, z to the 7th. So again, take care of the negative exponent first. So we have negative 3 is for the x, 2 is for the y, negative 4 is for the z, negative 5 is for the x, negative 1 is for the y, and 7 is for the z. So let's start with the top. X to the negative 3. It has the negative exponent, so move it to the bottom. Y to the 2nd, positive exponent, it remains on top. Z to the negative 4, negative exponent, so move it to the bottom. Now let's start with the bottom. X to the negative 5, negative exponent, so move it back to the top to make it into positive exponent. Z, y to the negative 1, negative exponent, so move it to the top. and z to the 7th, positive exponent, we don't move it. So all the negative exponents should be gone. Next step, if it's multiplication, add the exponent. Division, we subtract the exponent. So we have the y squared times y to the 1st. Multiplication, so add the exponent, so we have y to the 3rd. And then we have the x to the 5th over x to the 3rd. This is the division. So subtract the exponent. Take the large exponent minus the smaller exponent. The remaining will be where the large exponent is at. So 5 is bigger than 3. So 5 minus 3 is 2. So the remaining will be on top because 5 is bigger. So we have x squared remain on top. And then we have z to the 4th times z to the 7th. Multiplication, so add the exponent. So we have z to the 11th. So that is our answer.